Alrighty guys, we're back for some Mono Green Stompy, and this is a Lost Caverns of Ixalan standard brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I build all kinds of different decks, but I do prefer aggro decks, entity decks with a red in them as well. Also, we do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? All four Ascendant Packleaders. 1 mana, 2/1. Yep, that's good enough for me. But also, it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter if you control a permanent with mana value 4 or greater. Okay. And whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, you put a +1/+1 counter on Ascendant Packleader. Happens to be a terrific one-drop that we just don't get to see enough of, right? Have a single Audacity in here. Love that it replaces itself. Trample's going to come in handy. Just an excellent card. Got all four Cenote Scouts here. This is a 1 mana 1/1, and when it ETBs, you explore. And when you explore, you reveal the top card of your library. You put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, you put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, then put that card back or put it into your graveyard. Nice. As far as I can tell, exploring is pretty good, man. Got all four evolving adaptives as well. A lot of great one-drops, huh? So this is a 1 mana 0/0, but it enters with a +1/+1 counter. No, actually, it enters with an oil counter, and then it gets a +1/+1 for each oil counter on it. And then whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, if that creature has greater power or toughness than evolving adaptive, put an oil counter on evolving adaptive. So growing as the game goes on is going to be key all the time. We have 3 tail swipes as our choice spot removal, right? And 3 feral encounters as well. So this is a 2 mana sorcery speed. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may exile a creature card from among them, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may cast the exiled card this turn. At the beginning of your next combat phase this turn, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to up to 1 target creature you don't control. So there's a lot on this card, man. But with all of our 1-drops in here, I think this is going to be excellent. So if you have like 3 mana down, right? And you cast Feral Encounter, and we have 12 1-drops. We're looking at the top 5 cards of our deck, right? Maybe we see a Scout or something. We can use that extra mana, play that Scout, and also potentially take something out on the opponent's side. It just seems like a lot of card advantage potentially, right? So I'm interested to see how much this is actually going to do in here. Also rocking all 4 Quirion Beastcallers. Like I said with Adaptive, just growing as the game goes on is going to be super important, super key to the deck's success. Also, when this dies, you get to plug those counters elsewhere as well, so that's awesome. Working with the counter theme in here, a very small counter theme, right? We got Bloated Contaminator as a 4 of 3 mana 4/4 trample. Honestly, at this point, that's all it needed for me, but it has Toxic 1 as well. And also, when it deals combat damage to a player, you get to proliferate. So potentially just a buffing, like all of our 1 mana cards and all of our 2 mana creatures as well, which is literally just Beastcaller, but you guys know what I mean. They all have a potential of having counters on them, so nice. That proliferate could really come in handy. Got Sentinel of the Nameless City here. That's a 3 mana, 3/4 Vigilance. Not bad stats. Vigilance gets around Wandering Emperor, and Wandering Emperor has been a pain in the butt. There has been way too many Wandering Emperors slamming onto the board against me, so Vigilance will be nice. When it ETBs, or attacks, you create a map token. And a map token is just a token artifact. You can pay 1, tap it, sack it. Target creature you control explores. So more ways to put counters on everything else as well. So yeah, that proliferate could get out of hand on this Contaminator, huh? So unfortunately, you can only activate the maps as a sorcery, but still not bad at all. And all this exploring might work really well with Augur of Autumn here. So this is a 3 mana 2/3. We can look at the top card of our library at any time. So if we're seeing what's on top, we know what the explorer is actually going to do, which is really cool. You may play lands from the top of your library. Okay, that could come in handy. Then it also has this Coven. As long as you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may cast creature spells from the top of your library, which is a lot easier to do than you would think. Most of like the Coven abilities, like it's like, oh man, but we need 3 creatures on the board somehow. But then when you actually build the deck a little bit around that concept, then it's actually a lot easier than you think. So got a 1 of a Polukranos Reborn, something like that. I feel like I pronounced this different every time I played with it. So it's a 3 mana 4/5 with Reach. And then for 6 and a white Phyrexian mana, so we could always just pay 2 for that, you get to transform this into Polukranos Engine of Ruin, which is a 6/6 Reach lifelink. Whenever Engine of Ruin or another non-token Hydra you control dies, you create a 3/3 green and white Phyrexian Hydra creature token with Reach and a 3/3 green and white Phyrexian Hydra creature token with lifelink. It's like a stacked creature, dude. Maybe we want 2 of these, honestly. Where are we finding room for it? I have no idea. We'll talk more about that in the final thoughts if it really comes into play today. The most common thing I say about Reach is Phoenix Chick, man. That card ends games and ends a lot of games. So having something that blocks them could really come in handy. Or like blocks it even after a monstrous rage is also played onto it. Like that could go a real long way, huh? Get the top end of the build. We got a couple Ulvenwald Oddities. The haste is going to be important. The trample is going to be important. Just going to be an excellent creature in here. Every now and then you'll get the 7 mana to transform it, but I'm not going to go over that. We got Hulking Raptor here too. This is a 4 mana 5/3 with Ward 2. Nice. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you get 2 green mana. Okay. So I really like how that pairs with like Augur of Autumn too. Just being able to spam out more things off the top of our library could be awesome. But honestly, just like, I don't even know if it's in here for the ramp. I think it's just in here for a little value creature, right? And if like Mono Red wants to get rid of this with a lightning strike, they'll have to pay that ward too as well. So that does seem pretty decent, doesn't it? The very top end, we got Skullspore Nexus. This is an 8 mana legendary creature. Legendary artifact, sorry. That's important, it's not a creature. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Whenever one or more non-token creatures you control die, create a green fungus dinosaur creature token with base power and toughness, each equal to the total power of those creatures. And then you can pay to tap it, double target creature's power until end of turn. So that could be very dangerous if your opponent leaves something unblocked. Like, I mean, it could be as simple as just leaving a Contaminator unblocked because they think, well, the trample damage is going to get through anyways, right? And then like you just double it to an 8/8 all of a sudden. That seems, or it's not an 8/8, it only doubles the power. That's important, right? So it'd be an 8/4. But still, yeah, that bottom ability seems decent. I think more often than not, we're going to be able to get this out for 4 mana, and there's going to be cases as well where we can get that out for even cheaper too. But I think in this one, we could consider it a 4-drop, I would say. You realistically never want to pay more for this, but I suppose there are going to be instances where you do that. Okay, no honorable mentions today, guys. Let me know what you would add or take out down in the comments. What does your mono green Stompy look like? Does it lean further into like the counter side of things or anything? Does it have any of the new cards? If so, which new cards, right? Oh, the mana base, guys. We got 22 total land. I think it's going to be enough, especially with all of our Explore cards and all of our 1-drops as well. Like the average is a 2.3, but I'll tell you what, that Skullspore Nexus might be skewing that average a little bit. Also, in the 22 land, of course, like Who Endures, but we got Hidden Nursery here too. So it does enter the battlefield tapped, hopefully not slowing us down too much in this deck in particular. So it taps for a green, of course, but it has 4 and a green, tap it, sack it, discover 4. And when you discover, you exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with mana value 4 or less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost, or put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So I think it might be important to have more utility land in here, maybe even more creature lands. But if we go something like Mishra's Foundry, it's going to hold up like Feral Encounter and the Polukranos Reborn as well. So yeah, probably no Mishra's Foundry, but I'm interested to see how much Hidden Nursery does. So if we have like 2 mana in our opener and we have a bunch of 1-drops, for example, and we don't have like a 2-drop, well, then we could go Forest 1-drop and then turn to Hidden Nursery, play our second 1-drop on the next turn, right? So it's not like holding us up in those scenarios, which is going to be often too. So yeah, okay, enough rambling about the Hidden Nursery, especially since it's only a 1-of, right? Let's go ahead, take this into some ranked and see how we do. Okay, we'll see if we can get right into that first game here. Heck yeah, we do. I don't think it's taken longer than 10 seconds, like, ever since the new set released. Honestly, it feels like it hasn't even taken longer than 8 seconds since the new set released. Uh-oh, only 1 mana. But 3 turns of plays with that 1 mana? Scout could help us find one too. Okay, you know what? Let's give it a shot, huh? Let's give it a shot. We'll see. Because we could draw right into that forest right away, so... right when we need it. And I'm going to start with Adaptive and then have Packleader for next turn. It's pretty strong to do something like that. Skrelv, huh? Audacity. Ooh. That's pretty good. I wonder if we go for the land on the Scout and then Packleader next turn. Or if we find the land, then we go Packleader this turn. That makes sense to me. Okay, I'll send that to the grave because we can't play it. And we will swing. Still a 2-2. Still a 2-2. Yeah, buffing the Adaptive would have gotten an extra damage through, but I think finding that second land was going to be pretty important. Generous Visitor, huh? Okay. We are in trouble. Selesnya Enchantments is very strong, and we do not have great lineups over here right now. Oh boy. Oh boy, what have I done? I kept a 1-land hand. I'll tell you what though. Okay, maybe it wasn't keepable, but it wasn't half bad. And we kind of got like a scry effect off of the Explorer too, so. All right, let's swing. They take this 4 because Generous Visitor gets over these next turn. If we see our second mana, we're still in trouble because we're going to need to see our third mana too. Calyx is a problem. They're going all in on Visitor and they can totally outpace us. Okay, no blocks. So land off the top, at least we'd get Packleader and Audacity down, which isn't terrible. Even if we blocked, the trample was getting through, so regardless, they were getting the Calyx ability. Land off the top. All right, now we're talking, guys. Okay, I should have mulliganed, but still, it wasn't bad. I don't think it was that bad. So I send a Packleader. We could still get a swing for the turn. We're probably going to die next turn if we do something like that, though. Yeah, we're probably dead regardless. Let's just go for a swing, man. That seems pretty fun to me. Well, still, I think we're dead next turn, so we're going. If we keep everything back, I still think we're dead. Like they have enough here to just like continuously buff these trampling creatures. They have 3 mana. They can swing with the Skrelv too with a full swing. So with all the trample and whatnot, it's theirs. And then, like, yeah, any enchantments in hand buffs them with a couple counters, too. I'll wait for the swing to drop them the GGs, and we'll definitely let them swing on in, too. They must have seen that Visitor off the top. Huh? That's not lethal damage. Oh. Okay. Well... no blocks. I thought for sure they were going to have lethal damage this turn. Even if they sunk at the Skrelv, I guess technically we did have the block into the Skrelv, huh? So, okay. We somehow survived. Ooh, Feral Encounter's not bad. We'd have to hit Skrelv since they have that open, but still, that's not bad at all. Okay, next game, if we only see 1 mana in our opener, we know to mulligan. But what if it's a couple scouts? Then, like, a couple turns of... wait, I didn't see how much land was up there. We get to... yeah, if we target anything outside of the Skrelv, then they just activate Skrelv, so... is it okay for them to activate Skrelv, though? I guess we'll just take out the Skrelv. That's fine. That's fine. Although if they activated Skrelv, they would have been at least taking a little bit of damage there too. Yeah, they got great blocks for days. That would have been 2. They got chumps for those as well. So even if they took damage off the brushland, they'd still only be down to 6 too. We found the land. Let's go. We got to play. Like, that's actually wild, man. I bet we're able to hit stuff with that feral encounter like every time we play it. I bet we'd have to get unlucky to not hit something. Or, like, we have to make sure that we have the mana, of course, right? Feral encounter with 4 mana on the board would probably be ideal. Good game, opponent. Good game. Selesnya enchantment's still looking wild, dude. Still looking like super clean as well. Did the new set bring anything new for Selesnya enchantments to try out or play with? Oh, heck yeah, I had fun that game. Yeah, I feel like our deck kind of did a thing. Like, we were really spamming out just value 1-drops, huh? And like that feral encounter. I'm thoroughly impressed by that. The draw on Audacity got us the land to play it, but yeah, if we play feral encounter on 2, that's gonna be... That would be worst case scenario with feral encounter, right? Like being forced to play it out when you have no extra mana to play anything on the 5 that you see. Here we go, guys, and we go first. This is good. This is good stuff. Well, no 3-drop, but like plenty of 3s to draw into, plenty of 2s, plenty of 1s. Just like anything off the top, dude, is totally fine. Even a forest. I wouldn't mind waiting a couple turns to see that forest, but like even a forest would be fine. Oh, Hidden Nursery. That's fine too, because if we don't have a 3-drop, then we can get that down successfully. But of course, feral encounter might have a target here as well, and then we might find a 1-drop. One-shot sniper, dude, nice. Underplayed creature. We like to see it. Uh-oh, more land. That's a little scary. Okay, we'll get that nursery down. This might be a game to actually power up nursery. First game, no mana. Second game, flood. Okay, feral encounter, like, that's not bad. It really is indeed. As long as they start playing creatures at some point, right? Okay, it's Hulking Raptor before combat because it affects the combat, and that extra damage could go a long way. Seat of the Empire could exist. Ooh, great block with the Virtue. Nice, opponent, nice. Okay, we get a little extra here, and do we activate the Hidden Nursery? I think I might. Wandering Emperor doesn't hit Hulking Raptor because of the Ward 2, luckily. One, two, three, four, 5, right? So we get adaptive down first because whatever we cast on the discovery could affect the adaptive. And feral encounter just has no targets, unfortunately, so. Tail swipe. Well, at least it goes to our hand, but yeah, we just don't need it right now. We don't need any removal. Luckily, Ward 2 does not save it from a get lost, though. Oh no. That's how used to Wandering Emperor I am. I'm like, yeah, luckily your Wandering Emperor does nothing. Now it's a get lost instead. A couple map tokens could go a long way. Hey, there's some targets for us, guys. Oh, wedding announcement too. Oh, buddy, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough. Feral encounter. Our adaptive. Alright, we start with feral encounter, see if we get a creature that can actually do something here. Quirion Beastcaller can be played for the turn. We have 2 mana. We have 2 mana available, so we play Beastcaller. Buff the adaptive. We take out the Appraiser. Swing with adaptive. Yeah, now that they're playing creatures, we might be able to get some wild plays with these encounters, dude. Potentially seeing a lot of extra creatures and whatnot. I mean, 1 extra creature per play, but you guys know what I mean. Feral Encounter kind of feels like is it kind of feels like tempo in a way. Trumpeting Connoisseur. Dude, this is rough business. Holy cow. Is it going to be Feral Encounter again? We do like Contaminator, buff adaptive. We do have Tail Swipe. They probably chump. And chumping with anything there would be fine. Yeah, the chump is a little bit rough. So what if we go Feral Encounter, find a 1-drop instead, play the 1-drop. We could play both 1-drops actually, but I was thinking like Tail Swipe here. Get as much extra damage through as possible, and then Feral Encounter. Take out their other blocker. Fun is down to 10. Like, we're kind of doing a thing. Wedding announcement buffs. Trumpeting Connoisseur. Oh, buddy. Maybe I should have saved some of... Maybe I should have saved some of those removal. But, I mean, this is a 7/6, so... They found a twin-shot sniper on the Connoisseur. Dude, the opponent's deck is looking sick. That is a lot of fire, man. Holy cow. Right, so we'll keep Scout back. We're in trouble. We're in some serious trouble. It feels like the opponents had something for everything so far. The twin-shot snipers ripping us apart, the trumpeting Connoisseur. The fact that, like, their creatures are their removal, I love it, dude. Yeah, no attacks, so we can't swing into an 8/7 trumpeting Connoisseur. Bro. Oh, so much fire off the top, man. They found a Nahiri's Warcrafting for the Contaminator. Oh no. Yeah, we're at this point we're getting picked apart, right? This looks wild. I can't tell if they just like curved out really, really well. 11, they swung with everything. They dropped the oops because maybe they think they're in danger now. I don't know. Yeah, they might. They might think that they're in danger now. Tail Swipe does take care of something if we can get a counter onto one of these. So let's map token, find a counter, hopefully. Resolve. Sentinel. Cool. Yeah. We keep that. Okay, getting that up to there. Okay, how do I want to do this, guys? We want to take out the Appraiser, have this trade. Yeah, unfortunately, they're still going to have... Sorry, opponent. Fortunately, they're still going to have blocks. I guess we continue to keep that on top. Tail Swipe, take out the Appraiser. If we had another Tail Swipe, no, we still wouldn't have enough because they're still at 10. That would have been wild, though, huh? We got the Explorer on the Scout going up to a 2/2. Yeah, good game. We swing. They actually just go for that and let the 3 go through. Yeah, that makes sense. And then keep the Sentinel on top. Good game, opponent. It's a good time. Again, I feel like our deck totally did a thing. It showcased really well. Let them go ahead and swing in here too. Virtue for the turn, and we will block the 3/4. That's fine. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I feel like our deck totally did a thing there. Let's see if we can... I don't want to say, like, get luckier, but, like, you guys know what I mean. Let's see if it can, like, work out in our favor a little better. Especially that match. That seemed to work out in the opponent's favor very well. My goodness. Oh, we got to try that at some point, dude. That's Boros Discover, right? Boros Discover. That looks like so much fun. The Discover mechanic in general just... it's a fun one. Good, good. Yep, I like it. Any creatures off the top? No land for a couple turns, please. Just creatures. That would be ideal, I would say. Like, there's a reason we only got the 22 land in here instead of, like, 23 or something. Yeah, land. Okay. It's not bad. We do have 4 drops when it comes time, you know, so. Beastcaller for a couple turns is fine, but finding a 3-drop would be so good. More land, bro. Okay. Thalia doesn't affect us too much. It does make the Skullspore Nexus a little bit chunkier, but like, we will be able to get over Thalia's first strike and whatnot, so. If we see something other than a forest off the top, of course, we definitely want a creature. A 1-drop creature is great when we got double Beastcallers on the board. Oh no, guys. The good news is we might be able to just cast the Skullspore for full price when it comes time. Oh no, dude. I don't think we want 21 though. I don't think we want 21. Maybe we want 21, but I don't think so because there's like a lot of times where you want to do multiple things on the same turn. They might trade here. They don't know what this is. No attacks, unfortunately, guys. The double Beastcaller, potentially buffing every single turn, is better than a trade into the Voice, even though the Voice has potential of buffing every turn. Yeah, just double Beastcaller, man. And yeah, anything off the top, not a land. Please, game, please. Thalia number 2. Oh, gain on the Ellis, buff the Voice. Okay, okay. I feel like that's a little risky. Guys, send help. What's happening, man? Okay, yeah, no attacks, especially now that they have a great blocker on the ground. It might come down to playing this Skullspore Nexus as a 6-mana card. That's 7 land. So we've drawn 4 land in a row so far, right? I'm scared, man. I'm scared. At this point, I mean, this can't be the deck's fault, right? We can't blame this on 22 land. Steel Seraph. Yep. Yeah, well, dude, we're in trouble, man. Since we weren't able to do put any pressure on with the Beastcallers for multiple turns in a row, we're in some serious trouble. Let's see. So they get the Explore ability on that. Okay. Guys, we got there. We saw a creature. Holy cow. Oh man, I just imagine this board if we saw a couple creatures a few turns in a row, right? We're not dead next turn. We don't got great swings. This has Vigilance too, and they can just continue to give it lifelink, but yeah, I mean, we're still gonna play it out for sure. For sure, dude. Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance of seeing another creature off the top. At this point, I don't think there's a good chance of seeing another land off the top, so I think it's much more likely to see another creature. Okay, so if we see a creature, buff the Beastcallers. Beastcaller, this one gets to 5. And then Nexus is 4, right? If Thalia wasn't on the board, Nexus would be 3 at that point. Like right now, it should already be 4, but Thalia's taxing us a little bit. When it's at 33, Voice of the Blast is about to get indestructible, right? 10 or more +1/+1 counters on it, so it still needs a couple more, but still. Oh, we're just dead for the turn. Oh man, I really wanted to see the top card of the deck. Ah, GG opponent. Well, guys, 29 minutes in. We have time for a few more. And I'm not ready to give up on the deck. I'm not ready to blame the deck either. I think this deck could totally get there. I'm not 100% certain as to what these draws are all about, but I know in that first game especially, I guess we should have mulliganed there. Because yeah, the drawing has been horrendous, but I'm not ready to blame the deck on that. Okay, 3 mana, should I be concerned? No, because we have a 1/2 and a 3 in hand already, so this is good. This is good. Opponent goes first, unfortunately, but like really, really solid hand. Skullspore Nexus curving out beautifully with the Reborn. Like we got 1, 2, 3, 4 with the Nexus then if the Reborn survives. Okay, Beastcaller before combat. It does affect combat. Let's see if they got that counter. So most likely removal then. It could be a flash creature too. We are seeing that, like Malcolm. I think they'd want to keep Malcolm, not trade it. Ah, Virtue, darn it. I've seen a lot of that card recently too. Still not bad. Reborn comes down. Can only imagine. Oh, Sanguine Evangelist. Get a little bat in the air. There's our 4th mana. Not bad, dude. Not bad. What do you guys suppose? Do you think they double block this? Think they double block this Beastcaller, or do you think they let it through? I think they double block it, so I'm gonna go no. I think that Beastcaller can get out of hand really fast, and like putting a counter onto the Reborn could be fine, but at the same time, I don't think so. Evangelist, and I don't think they swing. Like Reborn has that reach and everything. Nexus is a good play for the turn, but with second Beastcaller, dude, we just spam these creatures onto this board. Like no questions asked, man. We get like 2 swings off too. I'm gonna spam these creatures, man. Let's do this. Maybe rip some land off the top so we can find more. Oh, no, we keep that. Yeah, we keep it. They do have not terrible blocks, but this is a swing. Yeah, that's a swing. Nexus is in fact 2 mana. Beautiful. The Beastcaller got buffed really nicely. Go ahead and chump, take the 4. Okay. Opponent finds their 4th mana. Still at 20, so... Ooh. That's the rebound one, huh? Okay, well, it's just like, it's Oddity over Nexus, unfortunately. I'd love to get Nexus down onto this board. I guess we could go Nexus and then double whatever one they don't block, which would just be one of these ones. Nah, it's Oddity full swing, because it buffs both Beastcallers too. Yeah. Okay, they want to keep the Ogier on the board. They chump. They chump. They are going to get another bat back for that. We lost 1 scout. They're down to 6, and I hope we don't die this turn. I suppose with how explosive certain decks are, there could be something wild that they got, although I don't know what would like have haste at that point based on the colors that they're playing over there. Okay, you know, the way they were looking at this board, like I had my my board wipe vision was activated. I thought for a second they were about to drop a board wipe. Okay, Audacity is just ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Also, we could double the Oddity's power and probably get there too. But I think... Okay, so I guess we'll start with Skullspore Nexus and see if they counter it, because I'd rather have the Audacity land on this board because of the trample. So we could wrap it up before they wrap it up, you know? Okay, Audacity, is it gonna land? I mean, they let the Nexus land, so I can only imagine it's not a counter spell. Yeah, we gotta continue full swinging regardless of their chump blockers. At some point, there's a chance of them running away with this board state, and so... Chump, 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 yep. But the trample's a problem, so they gotta go Ogier into the 9/7. Oh, spot removal. They haven't played any yet, so... Twining Twins. Crap, dude. So they exile it until the end. And they get... Do they get rebound on that? Whoa. Wait, is that how that works with the rebound? They can play it out on the creature side? Dude, that's sick. Is that what happened there? Okay, I mean, oh, first of all, removal's good to see. That was a good draw on that Audacity for sure. They go for the swing. They go for Virtue. It untaps everything, so the swing makes a lot of sense there. Okay. Anyone's game, dude. Man, these are tough, tough uphill battles. So Feral Encounter's good. We won't have the mana to double anything on the Skullspore Nexus then, though. Well, yes we will. Yes we will. It's 2. But we won't be able to play anything on the Feral Encounter's the thing. This has Ward 1 as well, so we don't want to target that. We'd much rather target this anyways, right? Oh, they're only at 2? We don't know what that card is. My apologies, opponent. My apologies. I kind of missed the fact that they're so incredibly low. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my bad. But also, we don't know what their last card in hand is, so... I kind of want to use this Skullspore Nexus on the Oddity, even though it looks like we're going to get that lethal through. Sorry, opponent. I just want to do it for fun. Yeah, we got there, guys. We've just been slamming face. I wasn't even looking at the opponent's health. Really wasn't. I was just like, every turn we got to do damage, and that's it. Cool deck, opponent. Really cool deck. I was trying to solve the puzzle of what was going on over there as we were playing. Just really neat. I don't think I've seen one like that yet. I think I would have remembered if I had. 36 minutes in, guys. Let's go one more. Come on, Stompy. Let's get there. Fun build so far. The draws have seemed... yeah. Draws have seemed really bad, but I can't tell if that's just how it's playing out today. In that game, we did not draw bad, though, so that's good news at least. What's taking so long? Oh, there we go. 18 seconds. That's what I get for just talking about how it hasn't been taking long to find games. Okay. Ooh. Oh, geez, bro. This is a bad hand to go first with. The double Nexus is so bad. No third mana, so like no guarantees. We like, as far as that first game goes, we have no guarantees of seeing a mana on the Scout either. All right, I'm not gonna let you guys down this time. We're gonna mulligan. Oh, much better starting hand. Much better. I might ditch the Oddity, actually, because I really want to see Skullspore Nexus do more. Let's ditch the Oddity. Let's see what happens. Okay, we get the Scout down over the Packleader, because if we see our other one drop that gets oil counters, we'd rather play that with the Packleader. Okay, Audacity for the turn. We don't have a 3 anyways, so we will go Forest. Audacity for more damage. Packleader since they're tapped out, and I'm being hasty about the play. Down to 17. We got 5 on the board. Mana in hand. Okay, more mana in hand. Jeez. All right, let's attempt the swing and see what happens. Got a 12. Nothing from the opponent, dude. How lucky could we get? I guess moderately. Because we're also seeing a lot of land again for some reason. If I would have put Audacity onto Packleader, they'd be at 14. We would have missed 2 damage, but the Skullport would be 4 for next turn if we wanted that. That being said, we really just need to see creatures, man. So at this point, with all these games, all these test matches, I guess we do got to talk about going down to 21. But we'll talk more about that in the final thoughts, of course, too. Uh-oh, opponent might have missed their 3rd and left the building. I'll go ahead and pause the recording until they show up. Okay, the opponent never showed up. Oh, there they are. At that point, maybe they froze just based on the conceit. Yeah, the timer went all the way down. It passed back over here. I mean, we had nothing great though. Funny enough, we had 5 on the board though. What's this? What's this Kami of Transience doing over here? Oh, they had to have frozen then. They had to play. I'm confused. 39 minutes in. That doesn't count. We're doing one more, guys. Let's do this. Oh, man. Of course, we keep those in. Test hands are important. We don't get many of them per video, and that's why we got chapters at the bottom of the video, timestamps in the description. Woo, great final hand of the evening. Let's do this, dude. Adaptive into Packleader next turn. No, Beastcaller. Well, yeah. Beastcaller. Kamano. Ooh, going first against Mono Red. Ooh, adaptive number 2 means Packleader. Because this is a wild board state, man. Although Beastcaller could have used some buffs off of all that too, but we would have been... Yeah. Beastcaller using some buffs off of our 1 mana cards could have been decent. Keeping blockers back. They are, in fact, on the defense for this game, but for how long? I guess it depends until we find our 3rd mana. It's felt very uneven with seeing mana, not seeing mana. I don't know the balance. I don't know if we're getting unlucky. I have no idea. Yeah, Mono Red doing the Mono Red thing. We're going to take that damage and see how much actually plugs through here. Blazing Crescendo. That is 10 damage. They see a Phoenix Chick. Land, let's go. Dude, okay, this is our game, man. Well, they got 3 mana, Phoenix Chick in the air. Sentinel comes down, buffs Beastcaller, adaptive. Contaminator buffs Beastcaller, adaptive. So it's Sentinel first, or 2 turns of a Contaminator. I like the vigilance on this, though. So the question here is, when are we safe to swing, and when should we keep back blockers? Because we do have, if we swing with 9, they're pretty low. If we swing with 6, that's 12. If they full swing next turn, they could die. Blocking with Beastcaller isn't bad because we could plug that counter elsewhere, and then a chump with the Packleader might be necessary. Okay, we gotta keep pressure on. We definitely don't want to keep everything back because it could just be like, okay, got 3 mana. Yeah, so like, this is gonna be a back and forth who's on the defense and who's not, right? Because if they full swing and they can't get there, swing in the air, down to 8, they got 3 open. Probably some removal too. Ooh, Oddity, if we would have been able to play that this turn, then that would have been a full swing because then they're on the run. At this point, they might still be on the run because we'll have 2 blockers on the ground. If we full swing, yeah, we'll have the Sentinel as a blocker as well. They have a great block here, so I should keep Packleader back. So we'll have 3 blockers on the ground. All of them are emergency blockers. Big things here is making sure like we're swinging with lethal, so we're forcing blocks somewhere. At least one of these need blocked. One of the 4/4s. If they have a combat trick, they could take out one of our cards too. If they take out Sentinel, that would be best because we're losing one of the blockers then. Down to 1. Let's see if they got the 8 damage on their turn, guys. Swift Spear. Oh, dude, we're blocking everything. Probably on the Swift Spears, right? Because at Monstrous Rage, 1 in the air. Monstrous Rage. Yeah, tough decisions there, guys, because Monstrous Rage on anything on the ground with, like, a Lightning Strike to face would do it. So let's see what happens. I'm on the edge of my seat, dude. Play with fire. Prowess, that'll... Oh, they don't have the Monstrous Rage. GG opponent. We got there against Mono Red too, which was awesome. Going first was essential. Bro, we gotta talk about the draws in this build or something. Maybe it's the curve. I don't think it's the curve. Like, this is a stompy curve where we're trying to just spam out 1s and 2s for a while. In this build in particular, mostly 1s though, so. Let's see, 44 minutes in. I was gonna crack the pack, but let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and go over the deck one more time here. I like it, dude. I like it, but boy, oh boy, those draws were rough. So we probably got to change something. The Hidden Nursery didn't hold us up, did it? We just played around it quite successfully without any issues of it coming out tapped. I would keep this. I really would. I don't think it's going to slow you down as much as you would initially think as a tapped land, and then I do think you're going to activate that Discovery a lot more than you think too, especially when like you have the extra mana on like Hulking Raptor. That was sick. That was pretty cool, man. Maybe we want 2 of these. Probably not. I don't want to drop any oddities because the haste really does come into play all the time. I know right away I would drop down to 1 Skullspore Nexus. I thought this was going to do more. I thought we were going to have an easier time playing it, but again, like the draws were just so like... The draws were so janky on so many levels. There was a game where we didn't see any mana for multiple turns in a row. Then there was a game where we drew way too much mana every turn in a row, and then back and forth and back and forth. And at that point, I guess it's unlucky, but again, I don't like blaming luck. So maybe it is the way I put the deck together, but probably not when it was like that and just more testing required. There's just like, I don't even know where to begin, man. So I'd drop a Skullspore Nexus and yeah, down to 1, totally be fine. Yeah, maybe that second Hulking Raptor, 22 land. Like I am flabbergasted. If is that the word I'm looking for? I'm astonished that the 22 land felt like 26 sometimes and felt like 18 at other times. So what do we want to do about that? Is there any way to actually fix that? I guess not. Just play more games and then hope. Augur of Autumn. We didn't even get to get this on the board today, guys. That kind of sucks. Maybe we want 3 of these, but probably not. Especially depending on how much like mono red you're seeing too, right? Which I am seeing a lot of it, but like not in this video. We just saw it at the end there, but still like Lightning Strike takes care of this 3 mana card a little bit too easily. Whereas all of our other 3 drops, Lightning Strike does not take care of easily. So I really, really like the Scout as a 1-drop. We got to try this 1-drop elsewhere too. Just see, like, you know what I've been wanting to try out actually, and you guys let me know in the comments if you want me to visit this sooner than later. Gruul Modified, dude. Yeah, with the new Explorer. I'll tell you what, we played Gruul Modified in the past, and it was kind of wild how good it actually was and how little it was actually played. So like with all these new Explore cards, it could be pretty good. Like Sentinel, I still love that Vigilance, right? I love the 4 of all of our 1-drops, guys. I really, really do. Tail Swipe felt good as a 3 of, and Feral Encounter actually felt pretty good too, huh? As a 3 of is probably fine. I could see it as a 2 of and maybe going up just more creatures. Like we were desperate to see more creatures often. And do we want to talk about 21 land? No, probably not, because we still needed, you need to see 3 land on 3. You know what I mean? Like even though you're spamming stuff out with 1s and 2s, you'd still want your 3rd mana to at least play a Beastcaller and an Adaptive on the same turn, if not just playing one of your powerful 3-drops too. So I think 22 land's fine. I would drop a Skullspore Nexus and consider a second Hulking Raptor, which unfortunately I do not have. Hopefully I'll crack that in a pack. Maybe that's what I'll get out of this pack. You know what? Now I gotta go try it. What did I change? Discard changes. I don't think I changed anything. Let's see it. Hulking Raptor. Come on. Come on. No. That's pretty cool though. That's not my first one. That's a little weird, right? What's up with it calling it my first one? Okay, guys. Well, here's the deck list again. If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you. Seriously, thank you for being here. Yeah, we got a patron suggestion to try out this week as well. I'm pretty excited for that. If you guys are interested in that Patreon, that's kind of sort of the main reason to consider joining it up, right? Like, as I prioritize patron suggestions over everything else. That being said, I still take a look at like the comments, and I do suggestions from the comments still, and suggestions from the Discord as well. The patrons get priority over suggestions that we play, which is a fun time. So, okay, guys, enough rambling. Hey, I will see y'all in the next video.